How's it going, everyone? I hope you're all doing really well. So today we're going to dive into Mullen Automotive's latest SEC filing. It's one that I missed last week, though I was taking a bit of a break from the channel. But in short, it's, I guess, another hard pill to swallow. If you needed any further proof that Mullen stock is, garbage, this filing might just be it. Let's start with the brutal reality. Mullen Automotive stock continued its downward spiral on Monday, falling a further 10% to close at 17 cents per share. That's right, we're now at 17 cents per share. We've seen a steady slide, and after the brief spike the other week, the stock has dropped by more than half in just a matter of days. At this rate, it's getting harder and harder to see any potential upside. Mullen is now sitting almost 30 days below $1, and with no signs of a significant turnaround, the company is once again in danger of delisting from the NASDAQ. And come September 12, we will see what the result of the special shareholder meeting has to say about all that, which I'm guessing is going to be, we're going to see another split. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. There's more to unpack. So let's dive into this SEC filing from last Friday. Like I said before, I didn't really notice it until today. Anyway, it paints an even bleaker picture of the stock. This filing revolves around the registration of 350 million new shares of common stock. These shares are tied to convertible notes and warrants, the same instruments that have been creating havoc for Mullen stock in recent months and years. These financial deals, as we've seen time and again, allow certain investors to convert their loans into stock at a discount and then offload them in the market, leading to massive dilution. What does this mean for Mullen? Well, in simple terms, more dilution, more downward pressure, and less value for current shareholders. Let's not forget that this comes after Mullen already filed for the issuance of 85 million new shares not too long ago. Now they're prepping the market for another 350 million shares. And believe me, these are not for your average retail investor. Mullen is doing everything it can to scrape through funding, hence these convertible notes and warrants, but this strategy is just a vicious cycle. They're giving away stock at a discount to raise short-term cash, but the long-term result is severe dilution. It's like watching a sinking ship. Sure, you might patch a hole, but it doesn't stop the water from rushing in, and the more shares they issue, the less valuable each individual share becomes. The notes and warrants in this filing allow these institutional investors to convert their debt into common stock, meaning they can sell shares at any time. Worse yet, the anti-dilution provisions mean they can end up with even more shares to protect their value, leaving retail investors with a shrinking piece of the pie. Mullen is giving up equity left, right, and centre just to keep the lights on. Now, it's important to highlight Mullen won't see any proceeds from the sale of these shares unless the investors decide to exercise the warrants for cash. And let's be real, that's unlikely to happen anytime soon. Most of these warrants allow for cashless exercises, meaning the investors can just convert them into shares without paying a dime. So what we're looking at is massive dilution with little to no benefit for the company or its retail shareholders. If that wasn't enough to convince you that this stock is in deep trouble, take a step back and consider Mullen's broader financial situation. This is a company hemorrhaging cash, and they've been reliant on these financing schemes just to stay afloat for some time now. They're burning through money at an alarming rate, and every time they need more cash, they issue more stock, which drives down the share price even further. It's a death spiral. And let's not forget the elephant in the room, the special shareholder meeting this week, where investors will vote on, surprise, surprise, another reverse stock split. This is something Mullen has done multiple times already, and each time it has led to further erosion of shareholder value. The reverse splits may temporarily boost the stock price, but as long as Mullen continues this cycle of dilution, it's just a matter of time before the stock crashes again. What's clear from all of this is that Mullen is in a survival mode. They're pulling every lever they can to stay in the game, but at the expense of their investors. Retail shareholders are getting the short end of the stick, and their holdings being diluted into oblivion, while institutional investors who hold these convertible notes and warrants continue to cash out. So if you're still holding Mullen stock, you've got to ask yourself, what's the end game here? Mullen is struggling to generate significant sales. The stock is hovering in penny stock territory, and their constant issuance of new shares is destroying any hope of a recovery. Even the recent deal to sell vehicles in the Middle East doesn't seem to have moved the needle in a meaningful way. Sure, it was newsworthy, but it's not enough to offset the sheer amount of dilution that's coming. So in conclusion, this filing and Mullen's overall approach to financing should be a huge red flag for anyone thinking about investing in this stock. The writing is on the wall. This is a company on life support, relying on financial engineering just to stay afloat. So if you needed any further proof of Mullen's stock being garbage, here it is. You've got massive dilution on the horizon, a plummeting stock price, and no clear path to profitability. Anyway, I'll leave my rant at that for this one. My last video, I didn't record my voice on it. I was having issues with recording on my phone, and I just thought I'd try doing some AI stuff because, I've been doing some other videos for other stuff that way. Anyway, I'll try and keep covering the stock. Share your thoughts on Mullen Automotive in the comments below, and I hope you're all doing well, and may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.